Okay, how's everyone doing today? Awesome, that's pretty good. That's what I like to hear too. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not complaining. Nobody will listen to me anyway. So, yeah, I'm not complaining. Imagine that. So, today we're going to talk about superstars, movie stars. I have noticed in recent years when people go to the theater, the most recent movies that have been coming out lately, it used to be we went to the movie theaters to see Tom Cruise or Michael J. Fox. And when Tom Cruise released Top Gun Maverick, people called him the last of the movie stars. He's the last of his kind. I mean, we had movie stars. Can you name movie stars today? I bet your list would consist of Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Matt Damon, Michael J. Fox, Will Smith. I don't know who the leading ladies would be, but these are the leading men. But I bet even the leading ladies, you pick Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Fox. I think that she's another Courtney Cox. I think that's her name. Most of the Friends cast, even the women, are going to be over 50. So gone are the days of the movie stars. Remember when we went to the theater? If it was Tom Cruise, we went to see Tom Cruise. Rain Man is an example of this. Rain Man would not get made today because it's not an action hero movie. That's what's in right now, Marvel. When people go to the theaters, they don't go see the actor. It wouldn't matter who played the role of Thor. They could change actors in every Thor movie and people wouldn't care. They wouldn't notice. It's Thor. Who cares? Look at Batman. They change actors every time they make a Batman film. Nobody cares. It's Batman. They could change actors to play Superman. And they've done that in the DC world already. We've lost track. Nobody cares. It's Superman. Who cares? We've had multiple actors play the role now, and nobody cares. So I'm just saying, lately the movies have no imagination. It's just one superhero movie after another superhero movie, and that's all they're putting out. Another superhero, another Transformers. I'm going, there's no imagination left. After a while, that gets old. Oh, gee, I can't tell one Marvel movie from the other. Another one looks just like the other one I saw. No difference. Bunch of CGI. Bad script. Bad acting. It's all about merchandising, too. Oh, yeah. It's all about the merchandise. But that's not the topic. The topic is, gone are the days of the superstars. Can you name them? Let's say in movies. I bet most of the actors and actresses you name will be in their 50s. We're talking about superstars. We're talking, can you name them? The first people that come to you is Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon. But look how old those guys are. Harrison Ford is 80 years old. He just did Indiana Jones 5. It flopped. But Oppenheimer is now the change in Hollywood. Oppenheimer does not have visual effects. It's a drama based on history. And people went to go see it. Barbie is not a superhero movie, never to say, but it's based on a character. It wouldn't matter who played the role of Barbie. It really wouldn't. It's Barbie. You could get any actress to play Barbie and nobody would care. It wouldn't make a difference. It just wouldn't. But with Oppenheimer, no heavy CGI Top Gun Maverick. He didn't use heavy CGI either. Everything was shot in the cockpit of that plane. But it's not just the movie industry that's suffering. Can you name a superstar? Let's go from movies. Let's do music. Let's do rock and roll, pop, country. Doesn't matter. Can you name a country music band? Well, people would say Alabama, the Oak Ridge Boys. Come to the top of your head, right? What about current superstar bands today? Can you name one? I mean, superstar. I mean, even if you don't follow country music, you know who it is. You've heard of them. I could say Alabama, Oak Ridge Boys. They're well known. Even if you don't follow country music, you know who the Oak Ridge Boys are. Yeah, I know who the Oak Ridge Boys. I've heard of them. You don't follow country music, but you know who the Duke Boys are. Bo and Luke Duke. Right? You've heard of the Dukes of Hazzard, right? You don't necessarily follow that genre, but you know who they are. And that's the point I'm getting across. Let's take football. I could mention our quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. I leave the state of Missouri, and they don't know who he is. Never heard of him. Who's that? Oh, he's the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. But if you mention Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Terry Bradshaw, nearly everybody knows who they are. And Tom Brady, even if you don't follow football, they know who you're talking about. Oh, Tom Brady. Everybody knows who Tom Brady. He's nearly 50. 7 Super Bowl wins. He's a superstar in football. You could take boxing. Who do you think of? Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. Anybody current? How about wrestling? Who do you think of? Well, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. The Rock is a more recent. John Cena. What about anybody today? Who's wrestling today? But they know who Nature Boy Ric Flair is. They know who John Cena is. You Can't See Me. The Rock. They are superstars. The Undertaker is a superstar in professional wrestling. Whether it's boxing, wrestling, football, can you name a superstar under the age of 50? Or how about under the age of 40? Let's take pop music again. Who do we have? Now, you know Taylor Swift, she's 33, but she's the exception to the rule. The majority of the people we're going to name are Cher, Madonna, Beyonce, Mariah Carey, Dolly. How old are all these women? Cyndi Lauper. Again, Blondie. Think about how old these women are. Rick Springfield's going to be in Springfield here pretty soon. Him and REO Speedwagon, they're not young. Oh, let's go to metal music. What are the kids wearing? What t-shirts are they wearing when it comes to metal? Well, let's see. Or grunge. You got Nirvana. Kurt Cobain would be in his 50s today. He's not young. I mean, he died at 27. He died years ago, but if he was alive today, he'd be in his 50s. So we have Nirvana. You see AC/DC, Anthrax, Megadeth, Metallica, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Those are old bands. The exception of maybe Skillet. Even Skillet's been around almost a decade and a half. So you're talking about old bands. What about the new bands? Does anybody care? No. Who sells merchandise? AC/DC, Metallica, Anthrax. Even in the heavy metal genre, who sells the most? Let's go to politics. We have Joe Biden on one end and Donald Trump on the other. Both about 80 years old, aging boomers. If we have a presidential election, can't we get somebody young and charismatic? What, we got 2 old geezers? One can barely keep a sentence together, and the other is just as crazy. At least he can keep a sentence. He'd be a good wartime president, but we need someone young and charismatic. Come on, people. Whether it's the movies, I mean, gone are the days of the superstars. The superstars we do have are my age. They're in their 50s. Where are the young people at? There is no young superstars except for Taylor Swift. And she's the exception to the rule. There's always going to be a few exceptions out there. But the majority of the people you're going to name, like I just did, I've been around a long time. AC/DC's been around a long time. But that's what the kids are wearing. Even young kids. I see them wearing AC/DC, Metallica, Anthrax to this day. I don't know. Have you noticed it? I mean, how many young people under 40, except for Taylor Swift, have become superstars? You can name them, mention them, and people have heard of them. They know who you're talking about. I can name Garth Brooks. Everybody knows who Garth Brooks is. He's not young. In Christian music, who do you name? The Bill Gaither Trio? The Gaither vocal band? Carmen? They've been around a long time. Carmen's dead. Bill Gaither, I think, is still alive. But most of the people, even in that genre, you're going to be naming people from the distant past. What about the young people? Where are they at? Where are the young people? It's like gone are the days of the movie stars. Really. Again, gone are not just the movie stars, but superstars. Whether it's sports, politics, movies, music, gone are the superstars. The ones we do have are in their 50s. Every one of them. Except for Taylor Swift. There's a few, and a few more like her, but they're not very many. They're the minority. We're talking superstardom. Adele may be an exception to that rule. But there's not that many. There's a few and far between. Most of them have been around. Beyonce's been around for a long time. Mariah Carey's been around for a while. You know, Cher, Madonna. How old are these women getting? Dolly is still out there kicking it. Dolly's got a new album out, putting out some new singles, doing some cover music from past bands. She's still out there. She's in her 70s. Harrison Ford is 80, and he's still out there. Sylvester Stallone is doing another Expendables, another Rocky. He's got Tulsa King. He's going to be doing a second season of that. Where does he find the time? Another Rocky. Oh my gosh, he's 76. Where are the young people at? And I can tell you where they're at. I figured out. They're on YouTube. They're on TikTok. But here's the thing about the 20-somethings. Most of your YouTube content creators, but they're not superstars, with the exception of maybe Logan Paul or Mr. Beast. But 5 years from now, will you remember who Mr. Beast is? No. He's here today, gone tomorrow. Mr. Beast is only going to be popular for a short length of time, and it's over. If you are making videos with the hopes of getting rich and famous, get out. You're in it for the wrong reason. Most won't make it. My late wife and I started YouTube 15 years ago. And so we were never intended to get rich and famous. I don't intend to be rich and famous. That's not my goal. That is not my intention. I make videos because I enjoy it. I make for fun. This video I'm making is just for fun, for entertainment purposes. It's not meant to make me rich and get me a jet plane. I'm 56. What do I care about that? I've lived my life. I don't care about jet planes and stuff like that. But again, where are the young people? Okay, let's take another category. We've covered politics. We've covered music, movies. Let's go to religion. Again, who do we see? Benny Hinn, Kenneth Copeland, Joel Osteen, Jesse Duplantis. There's a couple of female, Joyce Myers, and Paula White. They're all getting up there in their years. Where are the young somethings? There's not that many. Most of your big televangelists, John Hagee is another one. They're all up there. None of them are young either. So, politics, religion, movies, music, Sports, the superstars are all getting up there in their years. Kenneth Copeland, he's not a young man. He dyes his hair, but he ain't young. So even in that category, Jim Baker's still out there kicking it down in Blue Eye. So even there, where are they? Now, I admit a lot of the young people are on social media. But how many of them become superstars? Beyond Logan Paul, which in about 5 years you're going to forget him. Because there's always new content creators coming on the platform. Yeah, I was listening to a Married with Children podcast, and they say that there is at least 4 million podcasters in the United States. I think that number is much higher. I think that's closer to 2 or 3% of the population, which would make it around 12 million podcasters. There's 12 million people, I estimate. I think that number 4 million is a little low. I think it's closer to 12. 10 to 12 million people attempting to start their own podcast. All you need is your phone or a tablet like I'm using, a microphone, and a studio light. And you can go to Walmart and buy that circle studio light you see and get your tripod, get a microphone, and you're good to go. Turn it on and go. You can create your own podcast, and there's like 12 million of them. That's just on the Spotify platform, on the whatever platform you're podcasting on. And so you got, but only a handful are going to make it. Look, I admire you. You want to start a YouTube channel, you want to start a podcast, be my guest. But if you're doing it to get rich and famous, get out. Stop now. Because the odds of you becoming rich and famous are very slim. Look it up. Look up the stats. Who gets the most views on YouTube? Who gets the... Where does all the viewership go? Dumb shit. I notice some of these YouTubers, they just to get clicks, pull out stupid stunts. And I think those days are going to die off. People are going to get tired of it. Oh, gee. You're eating laundry detergent, pouring a bucket of ice over you. You're standing in front of a car. I mean, you're doing stupid stuff. Breaking the law. I mean, really, what? To get clicks and views? After a while, people are going to get tired of it. Ho hum, here's another guy copycatting the other guy. Oh my gosh. And I think in the end, with the advent of AI coming on board, people are going to be looking for the real thing. I'm serious. People who are genuine and sincere, and they do it because they love it. In the end, it's real people that are going to succeed on this platform. That are not in it for the money, they're in it because they enjoy it. If they make a little bit, that's great. It helps pay the utility bills, helps pay for groceries, put gas in the car. That's great. If I make a little bit, great. I don't intend to be rich and famous. So that's not my goal. That's why I'm not using, I need to improve my thumbnails, but I don't use clickbait. I'm trying not to. I do have to get views, but I'm not in it for the big money. So where are the young people? Well, they're on social media, but only a small fraction are going to make it rich. But all you have to do is make more than you can at Walmart and McDonald's. And that's not unrealistic. That's all they need to do. Why go to work? We can't get workers at McDonald's. Well, they're on YouTube. But some of them are like me. They're not there to get rich and famous. They actually love what they do. And there's people out there that do. And for them, they just have to make more than they can at fast food. And that's not an unrealistic goal. But if you're in it to become famous, to get clicks, to become wealthy, get out. Stop. Because within 6 months, you're going to fail. I see a lot of YouTubers come and go. I see a lot of podcasters come and go. I've seen many. They'll start a podcast like I do, within 6 months they're gone, because it requires commitment. You have to keep at it and keep at it. Well, I didn't get my numbers I'm looking. Well, because you're trying to get rich and famous. And the numbers are disappointing. It takes time to build it. You may not, the algorithm may never push you up. So you may have to be happy with just a couple thousand subs. And be happy with it. And do it because you love it. And it does require effort and time. Time to film it. Time to edit it. It takes time. Time to come up with a topic. You have to be inspired. What am I going to talk about today? Today I want to talk about how we're running out of movie stars. Gone are the days of the movie stars. Rain Man wouldn't get made today. No, it wouldn't. We went to see Rain Man because we went to see Dudley Moore. Tom Cruise and not Dudley Moore. Dustin Hoffman. I'm getting older, see? I'm 56, so my mind is starting to slip. But, yeah, we went to see Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. And Rain Man was a pretty decent film. Pretty Woman probably wouldn't get made today. Why did we went to go see it? Richard Gere. He was the box office draw. I mean, it used to be the movie stars were movie stars. Now, if you name them today, you can't, because now all the movies are just another Marvel movie, another CGI, too much. The exception of Oppenheimer. And I hope Oppenheimer changes the narrative. It changes the game where we're going to want serious movies about serious topics with real movie stars. I'm just saying. Gone are the days of Clark Gable, John Wayne, Michael J. Fox. I mean, we went to see them because we love Michael J. Fox. Wouldn't matter what the name of the movie is, he's Michael J. Fox. He was the box office draw, not the character, the movie star. Remember that? Even in wrestling, we had Jaws, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena. Those days are gone. I mean, even in televangelism, you still got Kenneth Copeland, Benny Hinn, Joyce Meyer. Where are the young people? There's a couple of them out there, but they don't have the superstardom that Jesse Duplantis has, or Kenneth Copeland. Kenneth Copeland's worth like $700 million, but look how long he's been at it. You don't have to love the guy. There's people out there that like him. I like John Hagee. And he's like almost 80. I mean, these guys have been around a long time. Whether it's religion, politics, movies, television is the same way. I mean, there's now a revival of King of the Hill, but those are animated. So, a revival of Married with Children, Cobra Kai, which is a revival of The Karate Kid. Look how many of them are old franchises being revived. With the same actors sometimes. Hollywood can't create anything new. There's no imagination anymore. Look at our cars. We can't design decent vehicles. There's no character in them. Dull colors. They all look the same. The chassis are the same. I saw 2 or 3 cars, each was a different brand name. But they looked the same. The same. I was in a parking lot and saw 3 identical cars, but each was a different brand name. But they were the same car. It boggles the mind. There's no imagination with our automobiles anymore. Cars don't have character anymore. Have you noticed that? How about our restaurants? All the McDonald's, Burger Kings, and Wendy's look like shoe boxes. Have you noticed that? Building designs, they look dull and drab. No imagination. No creativity. We're not creating anything anymore. We're not using our imagination. Have you noticed that? Well, there's a labor shortage on the blue collar work. So We can't. There's no plumbers, electricians under 50. I was at work one day and all our repairmen were all in their 50s. We had the guy on the roof in his 50s, the plumber in his 50s, the guy fixing their restaurant equipment in his 50s. And then another repairman come in. He was in his 50s. Every one of them were in their 50s. I took notice of that. And I was like, nobody young. There's nobody going to school to be a plumber. There's nobody going to school to be an electrician. Even in blue collar, they're in their 50s. I'm just saying. Where are the young people? They're trying to be rich and famous on YouTube, but only less than 1% are going to make it. So if you're on YouTube, if you're starting a podcast, and that's your goal, good luck with that. But I give it up now, because your odds are as good as winning the lottery. Almost the same. Because I'm telling you what's going to be popular. This dumb shit that you're seeing on TikTok, where these YouTubers trying to get clicks and views, and they're pulling stupid shit, that's going to die off. It's kind of like Westerns were popular for a while on television. Then it was detective shows. Then it was family comedies like Growing Pains and Family Ties and The Cosby Show. And then it was trash TV, and reality TV was just the same thing, more trash TV. Remember when talk shows were popular? I mean, Geraldo, Donahue, there's so many of them. Oprah had one. In the 90s, there was so many, I can't remember them all. But there was quite a few. Remember that in the 90s, early 2000s even, Maury Povich, you are the father. Really? Those days are gone. Maury Povich, I don't know if he's still around, but yeah. Steve Wilkos, even in the early first part of the 2000s, they were still around. Jerry Springer, Jerry. Those days are long gone. I'm kind of glad those days are gone. But again, gone are the days of the movie stars. Can you name a superstar under 50? Can you name one under 40? I already mentioned Taylor Swift. Possibly Adele. But there's not that many. The majority of the people you're going to name are going to be over 50. And think about it. That's true. Even with the clothes that our young kids are wearing. What are they wearing? Metallica, Anthrax, AC/DC. Is there anything new out there? So, please comment below. What do you think? Can you name any major superstars? I mean superstars, whether it's sports, religion, politics, music, movies, television, you name it. Name me a superstar under 50 that you could speak their name and people know who you're talking about. When I say Joe Montana, everybody knows who Joe Montana is. Right, he's a famous football player. He's a superstar. I don't know if he's still alive today or not. But, yeah. Yeah, 80 for Brady. Like I said, Mr. Brady is a famous football player. Tom Brady. Everybody knows who Tom Brady is. But they don't know who our quarterback is over at the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. In Missouri, we know. At least some of us know. But if you leave Missouri, they don't know who Patrick Mahomes is. He's not a superstar. So you may name a famous rock star here and there, but are they superstars? We could mention them. Even if you don't follow them, you know who they are. In boxing, it's Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Iron Mike Tyson. These are superstars. You can mention their names, and everybody knows who Muhammad Ali is. Everybody knows who Iron Mike Tyson is. right? Sugar Ray Leonard. We know who they are. They're historical. They're superstars. Even if you never follow the sport, you never watch boxing, you know who they are. They're that big, that well known. Just saying. Can you name me a superstar, a young one today? Probably can't. Because they're all on the internet and they're famous fleeting. A few years from now, we won't remember who Ben Shapiro is or Tim Pool. Who's that? 5 years from now, it'll be somebody else. There's always a new content creator coming on social media. There's always a new podcaster. I never intend to be rich and famous. That is not my intent. I'm here to stay. I'm here because I enjoy it. Whether I get famous, I don't care about that. So if you're there and you enjoy doing what you do, then do it. You'll outlast everybody else who's in it for the money and the fame. They're here and they're gone and they're yesterday's news. But you're still there. Right. Well, that's my take. So please comment below. I want to, whether you're on Facebook, I may put this also on the YouTube because it's good enough for YouTube. On both platforms, possibly on Rumble. Comment below. I want to read your comments. Please engage in this video. Look around you. Can't you name a superstar under 50, let alone under 40? We're talking superstar. Well known. Even if you don't follow that sport, you don't follow religion, because you know who everybody knows who Kenneth Copeland is. Everybody knows who Tom Brady is. Even if you never watch football, people know the name Tom Brady. That's what I'm talking about. Superstars. Can you name me a superstar? Sylvester Stallone, Michael J. Fox. We know who they are. Tom Cruise. Top Gun, Mission Impossible. Everybody knows who he is. But movies today just don't have creativity. No imagination in the movies. There's no imagination in our car designs. Our fast food restaurants, they all look the same. They look like damn shoeboxes. Well, that's it for this video. It's already up to 33 minutes. Record another version for the Spotify platform. So, yeah, please comment below. Like, share, comment. You know the routine. Thank you.